It's great to have the time with you. What's the most relaxing thing you did this off-season?
I sat on a beach in Majorca for about 5 days, so with my whole family. Took the kids, spouses, the grandkids. Margot and I turned 60 this summer. Each of us were a day apart, so we just took the whole family to Europe and had an amazing trip.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Yeah, 60 wasn't that long ago.
It was 2 days ago.
2 days ago.
As of this filming, yeah.
When you were, say, 30 years old, what did you think you would be doing at 60?
You know, I actually think I would have guessed that I'd be coaching. I kind of thought I was going to be a coach when I was in college. I didn't think I'd play in the NBA, and so I didn't really know how to do anything else besides basketball. So I kind of thought I would make a career in the game, and so yeah, I would have guessed I'd be doing exactly what I'm doing.
Oh, good. Age is going to be a big theme this season.
For me or for the team?
Well, maybe you've heard. Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Jimmy Butler, Al Horford.
Fair.
You have a collection of guys in mid-30s to late 30s. And maybe there are some physical challenges that come with that, with maintaining their body. What do you think about having that kind of seasoning, though, in a locker room, that kind of veteran leadership?
I think we have great veteran leadership in the group. Obviously, Steph and Draymond and Jimmy are, the core of this team. We've made some great additions in the offseason. We have some, good veteran experience, good leadership in the locker room. And then I think that there's a nice balance with our young guys who can bring the energy. And we're going to have to assume that our older guys will miss some games, so we need to rely on our young guys, too, to carry us through.
How do you see Draymond and Al working together? Will they be side by side in the starting lineup? Will they alternate sometimes at center? How do you see that working?
The beauty of Al is that he's very versatile and he's good with anybody. Players vary in their versatility. Some guys you have to, build a lineup for, and around, and other guys can play in any lineup. Al Horford can play in any lineup. He can be a 4 and space the floor and play with Trace or Quentin and have Draymond be the 5. He can also be the 5 and put a 5-man shooting lineup out there. So it's really exciting just to think about the possibilities with Al.
It feels like Draymond has been asking for a while, could I get a break from the bruising minutes at center? So what kind of impact might this have on Draymond physically?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be a place for Draymond at the 5 in our team. It's been such a powerful weapon for us for years. Mm-hmm. He's an incredible center, small ball center, because of his defensive abilities to guard anybody and also his playmaking on the offensive end. So ideally, we just don't play him heavy minutes at the 5. So it'd be nice to limit those minutes to 10 or 12 every night. Otherwise, play him at the 4 the rest of the time. Al and Quentin Post both allow us the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, you have some floor spacing bigs now. Quentin Post, Al Horford, Draymond if he's a 3-point shooter. Floor spacing bigs. Every single team wants that.
Yeah.
How excited are you for this roster composition?
Yeah, I'm excited, but probably not as excited as Steph is, and Jimmy. Everybody in the league now is trying to space the floor and give their best players room to operate. And we've generally played with 2 bigs, during my 11 years here. Very rarely have we put a spaced 5 on the floor. Last year we started 2 with Quentin. Mm-hmm. But you just see how the game instantly changes. Now in the past we had great execution from our 5s, guys like Andrew Bogut and Lund, some of the best screeners in the league. So we were very purposeful in the way we ran our half-court offense. So we're going to miss that. We're going to miss, some of the continuity that we had with Lund. So now it's about spacing the floor and kind of building a new identity with this group.
All right, as far as lineups go as well, who is going to be playing next to Steph is also a big question. You have options. Is it Pods? Is it Buddy? Is it D'Anthony? Is it somebody else who emerges? What do you think about your number 2?
Yeah, I think the 2 may depend on the 5. We're always trying to build a 5-man combination that makes the most sense. So, if we have a space 5 in the starting lineup, maybe it lessens the need for a floor spacing Two, I think defensively we have to give that a lot of thought. Moses last year did such a great job taking on that responsibility of guarding the other team's best player. And I love that thought, but I also don't want to take BP out of the starting lineup. He was great.
Yeah.
So technically we could still start Draymond at the 5 if we wanted, just for a few minutes, and then get into our rotation. I think we've got a lot of different options, but we want to take all of training camp to really get a feel for it.
Another question for this season is, what will be Jonathan Kuminga's role?
I think that's the role is right there for him. You know, we need JK's size, athleticism on the wing, his ability to guard the big wings, guys like Luka and LeBron and Kawhi Leonard. So the role is right there for him. And, you know, it's I know it always hasn't been easy for him because he's wanted more of a role, being more of a focal point in our offense. You know, but right now, look, we've got Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler, two of the best players in the league. So JK's got to do what every player on our roster has to do, which is embrace whatever role we ask and help us win. And if he does that, I'm confident that his role will grow, you know, over the coming years.
His agent, Jonathan Kuminga's agent, did a huge media tour. He's been very vocal about the fact that JK has been confused, years of confusion, he said, about what his role is here.
Yeah.
How would you describe the two-way communication between you and him and where things stand?
Our communication is fine. We have film sessions all the time. There's no confusion about what his role is. I think what I understand is his desire for more of a role. So I think his agent misspoke, frankly, when he talked about confusion. I'm really clear with all of our players exactly what I ask of them, what's to be expected. I think the difficult part for JK is, you know, everybody in his draft class around him, they were all given big roles right away on bad teams, frankly, that they were able to play through mistakes, play 35 minutes. JK came to a championship team. We won the whole thing his rookie year. So this has not been easy for JK, and I recognize that, but I also think he can be patient, recognize that he's 22 and there's a lot of things he can improve upon and that we're asking him to do. That's all part of, you know, being on a team and being part of a group. And, you know, he's a good young guy. We have a great rapport. I know he's frustrated, but we'll get through it.
Is some of the subtext here that everything revolves around Steph Curry? He is the offense in a way. So if there's a ball-dominant player, maybe you don't get to be that here. Is Steph everything? Steph the universe, would you say?
Steph is our solar system. He's the sun. Everything else revolves around the sun, and we have Steph Curry. He's one of the all-time great players. We thrive, and Steph thrives when there's spacing, ball movement, flow. So this is why we have built our team around Steph. And then Jimmy arrived last year and gave Steph another threat next to him. Jimmy is the best isolation player in the league, analytically. So when you give him the ball and you space the floor, you get a good shot. A lot of that, though, is him creating a shot for someone else. Mm-hmm. And so we need spacing. So the combination of Steph and Jimmy last year, once those two guys were together, I think we went like 26-8 and beat Houston in the first round of the playoffs, the 2 seed. So our identity is built around those two guys, and we have a chance to be really good. And everybody else on the team has to see that and embrace it and find their role within that. And that can be difficult at times for certain players and easy for others. And but as a coaching staff, we just have to do whatever we think to win each game.
And last question, what is it like having Jimmy at the start of a season now, getting him at training camp and having the length of a season with him? Yeah,
I think having Jimmy from the start will help with our chemistry, with our continuity, just the guys are really starting to get used to one another. The good thing is it was an immediate fit last year, but we didn't even put anything in. You know, we just gave him the ball and kind of cleared out, and he was really good with that. I don't think we're going to do anything earth-shattering, you know, offensively, changing our attack a ton, but I do think Jimmy will get more and more comfortable with the stuff that we already do and with the teammates around him.
All right, we'll pause there. Thank you so much.